Yes, YouTube, we are back again the next day. I actually really enjoyed filming yesterday, so that's why I'm back again and just keeping consistent with it. Started it now, not going to lose momentum, right? As you can see by the title of this video, why you should never skip heavy squats. I'm going to get straight into it. I do legs twice a week. Most people don't. And I'm not saying you have to do that, but there's a differentiation between boys and girls in that respect. Like, girls tend to do legs more than guys. But I'm going to go into why squats are so necessary for your progression in the gym. Not just your body, but also your mindset. I'm going to start off with the mindset because I think that's the most important to attack anything. So, heavy squats. They're the hardest exercise you'll ever do in the gym. Without a shadow of a doubt. I don't care about your progression. I don't care if you're just starting or if you've been in the gym for 10 years. You know, if you have a good amount of weight on your back that you're pushing for, that you're doing a PR with, or you're lifting heavy ass weight with, you know it's going to be difficult. You know it's going to be difficult no matter what, because you are pushing it up. You have no choice but to lift it, essentially, unless you've got a spotter. So that's why usually people either don't do them at all, or they should get a spotter. They should get a spotter. I don't. I've nearly died sometimes, literally. So if you're squatting, get a spotter. It's the most important exercise you'll ever get a spotter for. But the reality of squatting is that it's the most difficult thing you will approach, like I've said. But there's a lot of technique nuances to it as well. You have high bar, you have low bar. Low bar is more for powerlifting. High bar is more for quad activation. A lot of athletes use high bar as well because they just prefer it for more explosive movements, I believe. But the squats in itself is so difficult. And you need to get used to having that amount of weight on your back and also be able to progress in the lift, because it's one of those things that I've struggled to progress with the most, especially if I'm dropping weight or something like that. I only squat once a week now because that's how I like to progressively overload. I do RDLs on the other leg day, and that's my main compound movements for both of them. I do 2 sets, and I usually focus between 4 to 6 reps or 6 to 8 reps. And I tell you what, I sometimes feel like I'm done with the workout after I've done those 2 sets, man. Like, my eyes go red, my nervous system feels fucked. To put it most bluntly, but it's true. And that's why a lot of people avoid it in the gym, because it's a hard exercise. It's hard, man, and people don't want to do the hard thing. People don't want to do shit that's hard, and you need to do shit that's hard to progress. Whether that just be that little bit extra every single time you go in, that 1%, that makes you stronger and better. And that's what it's a complete mind game. That's why I've started off talking about mindset for it initially, is because you can't lift the weight if you haven't got the mindset. You need to attack it, and you need to own that squat rack. There's a guy called Tom Platz, who a lot of you may have heard of if you're particularly interested in the fitness space. He's like the king of squats, the best legs I've ever seen on a bloke. Besides the point, he was exceptional at squats, and he made them what they are in the fitness industry as well. He understood the importance of it for leg growth and the importance of it for that whole kind of aesthetic look in your legs, and just the power it gives you. Like, it builds your upper body as well. A lot of guys that skip legs, they end up having twig legs, and it affects their upper body. Like, oh yeah, I'll just hit upper body, I'll hit arms, whatever. That doesn't work as well as you think it does, because there's actually a lot of growth hormone and testosterone that gets released, especially through squats. That's the main movement they get released through, because your body's being put under so much pressure and it has to absorb it, and you're literally using your biggest muscles in your body, which are your quads, your hamstrings, and your ass, basically, or your gluteus maximus, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it's I'm going to keep repeating this. It's an exceptionally hard movement, and you need to get round the fact that it can be done to a high standard. It just takes a lot of time and incremental work, and that's why people avoid it. Yeah, it's overall very good for your hormones, obviously, very good for your physique, and that is why I do them every week, and that's why you should be doing them every week as well. So yeah, another thing about heavy squats is the technique. Now the technique can range depending on what type of squat you're doing. You have sissy squats, which are more range of motion, figuring out your knees, and a lot of people with injured knees do like knees over toes, that kind of thing. Back squats, obviously, it's the main one. That's the one I do predominantly. Bulgarian split squats, if you've ever done those, mate, hardest. I've had some of the worst pain in my head after doing that, but I probably went way too hard, to be honest with you, sometimes, and just ego lifted. But you need to, as I say with the last video, you need to find that balanced but hard approach. That's why you need to have that. So yeah, another thing would be, as I say, technique. Bulgarian split squats, of course, is a very hard exercise. Yeah, it's one of those things you just have to get used to in the gym. It's one of those things you have to get used to. You can't rely on other lifts to get you through, because squats are the most beneficial for your legs. I don't care what anyone else says. Squats are very beneficial for your legs, and it's the hardest thing you'll do. So that is why people should do it. It's a mindset thing. It's also, if you're going into the gym to improve your mind, it's one of those exercises where you're like, really, like, you do not want to do it sometimes, and you have to. I take like 5-minute rest periods, or 5-minute plus, because I'm going that hard. It's the biggest muscles in your leg, remember. Like, your body's going to have to deliver oxygen to the working muscles, right? That sounds a bit GCSE PE-ish, but it's true. You have to rest and recover. You shouldn't. This isn't cardio. It's not. You're not attacking your heart. You're attacking the muscle. So you've got to recover. You've got to make sure you're approaching it with full force, and you're not still panting from the last set. But yeah, man, it's a very beneficial exercise, and I would encourage everyone who is anyone to do them. I would strongly advise everyone to do them. I don't care. Again, I don't care who you are, what you do. Because if you're old, get up off the sofa, it's going to be beneficial. If you're young, sport, bounce around. If you're a teenager, it literally doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Strong legs, quadricep strength has been linked, one of the highest linking factors muscle-wise, to longevity and like how strong your quads are. So that is another reason. And squats are going to make your legs the strongest out of any exercise. Forget about leg press and all that kind of stuff. You can do leg press. I'm not saying you can't, but there are better exercises than others, in my opinion. It's just for experience. Somebody may have had a different experience to me, and that's the whole point of this sort of channel, is because people go, oh, well, Leo, this has actually helped me with that. And I learn in the process as well as you guys. But yeah, in my experience, squats have been very good to me. But yeah, do them carefully, do them well, go hard, attack it, and make sure you're progressing on them. Right, see you later.